Sagittarius. I am Jess from the Nimbi, bringing you a timeless tarot message. This message is intended to find you when you need to hear something within it most. We're going to start with an overall energy from the Starseed Oracle. All right, universe, angels, spirits, guides, ancestors, aliens, please give me the message that we need to hear most today on our journey. Please and thank you. Message for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, any placement, cross watchers are welcome. My intention is that one of my messages will find you regardless of the sign I put in the title. So maybe check out some of the other titles, and if you're drawn to one of them, go ahead and watch it. I do kind of make them triggering. I don't make them click worthy. I just make them whatever I'm guided to, and sometimes that's a little triggering. So here we go. Sagittarius, what do we have for my beautiful Sagittarius souls today? Okay, thank you. I remember. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destined life. I swear this came up for somebody recently in the last week or two. I don't remember who. I really don't remember a lot of what I channel. It's kind of a little funny, actually. I guess I'm not meant to. So, I remember there's this sense of like kind of tapping your foot into the water and trying to see if you're comfortable with it is the message that I'm getting. Guys, keep in mind these are general readings. Only take the messages that resonate for you. I also receive channeled messages. So you'll know if a message is for you or not. Don't take them all. They're probably not all for just one person. Although, that being said, they could be. Anyway, yeah, it just depends on what energy I'm connecting to at the time and how you fit into that. All right. So yeah, tapping your toe into something, trying to figure out, it's like testing to see if the water is warm. Okay, interesting. So yeah, maybe some of you are kind of getting some new, you're exposed. I need to learn how to speak when words come so fast. Okay, you're being exposed to new aspects of yourself, and you're kind of like trying to figure out what that all means for you, how to fit it into you and your existence and your reality, and kind of like merging with this like unknown version of you with like what you do know about yourself. I do get this sense of I'm seeing the Death card, which is interesting because it's kind of this like transformation, this shedding. It's like a snake. It's a shedding of an old version of self. The Death card that I'm seeing is the one in the Tarot of Dreams deck that has a snake in it. So the Three of Swords. Okay, a little bit of heartbreak. Coming out of some tumultuous water. That could actually be where you're at right now. Oftentimes heartbreak leads to... I find that heartbreak is really transformative. As awful and painful as it is, you also do learn a lot about yourself. All right, well, that one wanted to come. Two of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit. Okay. There's something about timing coming through here. Thank you. Oops. All right, I'm taking it that way. The King of Swords. So originally the King of Swords popped out upright. When I went to grab it, it kind of spun around, and so I feel it wants to be in reverse. I feel right now you don't have a lot of clarity about a situation. You're kind of like in this murky water is what I'm hearing. Okay, interesting. So yeah, you're in this murky water. You're kind of needing to make a choice to like step back and evaluate a situation in a different way. There's something about timing. I'm not really sure what that part is, how it all fits in, but it's definitely here. But there's this need to just kind of pull away, to just like go inside, figure out like something within yourself. Yeah, shine the light within. There's something, I feel like some of you are kind of receiving these internal hits that aren't making a lot of sense, and maybe some of you are shutting them down a little bit because they don't make sense. This King of Swords in reverse is like a very confused energy to me. All right, the Three of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. The Three of Cups talks about your soul connections. It is how it's coming through right now. It can talk about celebration. That's not really the message that I'm getting very strongly. It's just like an underlying, like there's a lot to celebrate, but there's like some kind of soul connection that was kind of, I feel like, meant to send you in. It's like a part of your path. It's helping you like go back into yourself, to remember something within yourself, to kind of like shake something up, to expose some aspect of you. All right. Nope. Okay. We'll go with this one. All right. Let's see. Sagittarius. Look at that. The Seven of Wands, or sorry, the Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands is on the split there. Let's see. All right, Sagittarius. Tell me about the Three of Cups for Sagittarius. Thank you. Judgment. I'm hearing releasing judgment. Okay. And the Three of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. So yeah, releasing judgment about how something has played out, and like this connection that you have, like this, it feels like there was somebody in your life that was meant to teach you something, that you were meant to kind of like learn from, that probably caused you some heartache. But you need to like kind of shift your perspective of this situation. There feels like there's a lot of hurt and somebody's kind of stuck in that hurt. But it's like, you know, remembering, so what does this say? Soul plan, the fated life versus the destined life. Remembering that, like, you know, all right, I'm being guided to talk about the bus stop agreement. So if you kind of think about energy, right, which we all just are energy, there's this idea that we made agreements before we came into this reality to experience certain things. And so I feel like, you know, certain people play a role in your life to help you get that, whatever you agreed upon in your past. Dr. Sue Morter talks about the bus stop agreement, which is where I got that term from. So maybe there's something there for you guys. Maybe you should look into her work. But, you know, it's like these connections, these contracts, these soul contracts that we've made in life have a purpose to help you in some way. And like maybe seeing that, stepping back, changing your perspective, releasing judgment about some kind of connection that you have. It could be like, I mean, it could be a work thing. It could be a person. It could be so many things, guys. It could be your relationship with your children. You know, it could be a lot of things, but just kind of like stepping back and seeing, you know, maybe there's something here. Maybe the water is crystal clear, but right now on the surface, it looks a little murky because it's all been stirred up and it just needs time to settle. Maybe that's how the timing is setting, coming in here. The sun is on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's time to have clarity is what I'm hearing. Talk about the Three of, thank you, Swords. The Hierophant. Interesting. Let's see. One more. The Hierophant talks about like kind of your soul. Thank you. Yeah. Your soul's journey. The Hierophant is like seen as kind of like a priest, right? And it's like kind of that like higher calling to something bigger than yourself. You know, it doesn't have to be a priest. It's just like, it's an internal thing for me, honestly, but it's like this sense of, this is a part of your spiritual path. And even though it feels unbalanced, so the chariot can talk about movement, right? In the upright, it can talk about movement. It can talk about willpower. It can talk about equilibrium. It's in the reverse. So this, whatever it is that's hurt you, that's created all of this turbulent, this wavy water. It's like very turbulent feeling. It feels really stormy, actually. So whatever that is, you aren't meant to move really fast through it. You're meant to kind of like slow down and kind of see the bigger picture before you're able to move. There's something that you need to learn out of a situation, which is why this Hierophant is here. It's giving you the keys in some way to unlock an aspect of yourself. Yeah, something new. Okay. Two of Wands. Tell me, thank you, about the Two of Wands for Sagittarius. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, you're not seeing something clearly right now. Okay. Holy smokes. All right. We've got a lot of major cards. So of this deck that I just started clarifying with, yeah, all but one of the clarifiers have been major cards, major arcanas. All right. So the Two of Wands is clarified by the star in reverse, the moon, and the emperor. It's kind of interesting because when I was thinking about the Hierophant, I kept seeing the star because, again, I'm being drawn to this other deck that I'm not even using, but I'm being shown the images. And in, the Hierophant in this Tarot of Dreams deck, he is a priest, but it says faith on the bottom. Like, it doesn't say the Hierophant, it says faith. And the star is about having hope, having faith, believing in something. And it's in the reverse. So it's like you've kind of lost sight of that because something isn't clear to you right now. It's like the moon is so bright, like all of the things that you can't hear, all of the dark, shadowy aspects of a situation are coming through, and they're drowning out the star. It's like, you know how when it's a full moon, you can't see the stars as well. It's kind of that feeling, but the full moon is really obscuring the clarity. Like you don't see things the same way at night as you would in the daytime. The emperor has this need to control things, to like have everything super stable, and you're not getting it right now. So it's kind of like asking you to make a choice. It's asking you to be okay with being uncomfortable for a time, to kind of like go through this journey and to really turn your back to this need for control energy, because in the end you're ultimately going to get the emperor energy. It's like, you just kind of need to like detach from it for a minute is what I'm hearing. All right, 7 of Pentacles. Thank you. Good grief, another one. The Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords. That's interesting because the 7 of Pentacles, I was talking about timing, right? And the Hanged Man and the Knight of Swords are completely opposite energies, right? The Hanged Man is stationary. He's suspended. He's kind of stuck. The Knight of Swords is like the fastest moving knight. Well, I mean, probably. It's hard to say. The Knight of Wands could be pretty fast too. But these are two completely opposite energies. One is very clear and one is needing a change of perspective. One is kind of like has been forced into this place to like be upside down and look at things differently. So there's a need for that. There's a need to really like pull your energy back in some way, to look at something from a different angle, to have patience is what I'm hearing, because that's going to give you the clarity you need in order to move forward. It's like you will move. There's this underlying current of movement coming through, but like there needs to be a time of figuring something out first. Riding out the wave is what I specifically heard. Okay. Talk to me about the Hermit. Talk to me about the Hermit for Sagittarius. Thank you. One more. I don't know how to take that one. Okay. Temperance on its side. I do read sideways cards. For me, they are a sleeping energy. Okay. And the 10 of Cups in the reverse. It was kind of like in my cards in a weird way. I wasn't really sure how to grab it, but that's how it came out, so I'm doing that. The Hermit. So we get... Yeah. So I feel like some of you are really in this like kind of wavy waters, this rocky, turbulent shoreline, and you're having a hard time seeing that balance can be achieved because you've been heartbroken. The 10 of Cups in the reverse is like, not having emotional fulfillment in some way. And the Temperance card is about healing, is about alchemizing, is about patience as well. But it's like, you're just not seeing it, but you're being called to go within. Because once you go within, once you kind of address this that you do not want to, once you allow that to heal, you'll be able to move forward with clarity. You'll find that star, right? So the Hermit is a really cool card because in the lamp is the star. The Hermit leads like lights his cave and leads the way for himself with the star, with that hope, with that, you know, with that inner desire. And I love that, you know, I was talking about the moon, the full moon, and not being able to see the stars, but those are shooting stars. They're really, really bright. And it's like, you know, we wish, or some people do, I do, wish on shooting stars, right? Wish upon a star. And so it's like, keep that, hold that, keep that wish, make that wish, and let that be a part of your healing. Let that really carry you forward. All right, but you need to spend the time to go within in order to figure that out. Talk to me. Oh, look at that. The King of Swords is on the bottom of the deck, and I'm about to clarify the King of Swords in the reverse. Talk to me about the King of Swords, please, for Sagittarius. Okay. The Eight of Wands and the King of Swords in the reverse. Okay. All right. So the King of Swords coming up twice in the reverse is really just, it's kind of clarifying this moon energy for me a lot. It's very confused energy, which is what I said from the beginning. It's very confused. And there's this sense of communication. So there's this storm back here kind of brewing behind these wands. The wands can represent communication. They can also represent action. But what I'm getting is it's like, you know, in the midst of a storm, because we have this storm brewing back here, and I do read cards intuitively, so sometimes the imagery really triggers me. And in this case, I'm not getting the message to take action. This storm here blows. It's so windy. I'm seeing this, just all this wind. And it's like, if you were to communicate or take action from this like unclear place, whatever your intentions are going to be like shifted off course, because they're subject to whatever this storm is. It's like your storm needs to settle before you can take any action. Remember the soul plan. I remember, right? I remember. And there's something to that. And remember how I talked about the muddy waters settling? It's like something needs to just kind of settle to become clear. And then once it's clear, you can move into this like energy of moving forward and, you know, creating your manifestations. Look at that. Okay, so the Magician on the bottom of the deck, having all of the tools that you need to create something. The Magician in the reverse, though, which I am being guided to talk about, which I feel like would come about if there was action or communication made from this like point of reactivity as opposed to like responding. The Magician can be kind of a darker energy. It can also be kind of controlling, manipulative, you know, and like a lower vibrational energy, kind of similar to what this Emperor is really showing me right now. So it's like, let something settle, choose to respond and not react. And sometimes responding just takes a while. Figure out what it is within you that you are being guided to remember. There's some part of you that wants to wake up through all of this, that you will get clarity on how to move forward. But you need to kind of like see things clearly before moving forward. All right, Sagittarius, let's look at that. The Temperance card is on the bottom of the deck. Healing needs to take place. Oops, what's that? It wasn't on the bottom of the deck, apparently. Oh, the Devil and the World were on the bottom of the deck. Temperance was right underneath that. So yeah, healing needs to take place, right? So a cycle can be end. Some kind of like, I'm hearing stringing along. Interesting. So when I saw this Devil, I just saw the like kind of strings that he's holding on that person. So maybe some of you are being strung along in some way. Message is most likely only for one person. Let's see what wants to come out. All right. Message for Sagittarius. Last thoughts here. Okay, that one. last thoughts. Thank you. All right, we've got the Five of Swords in the reverse, the Three of Cups. One more. There's a shift of perspective needed. It's coming through again. Yeah. Needed about a situation, some kind of soul contract that has come into your life. The Five of Swords in the reverse is really like calling you to change your perspective about something, that to see that there are not hollow victories, that in some way, even if a situation seems really like hurtful, shallow, there's a lesson there for you. You know, don't get caught up in your headspace. See the one thing in all of that turmoil that you're meant to see. Cool. All right. Well, let's grab you a fortune. When winter comes, heaven will rain success on you. All right. That's awesome. So winter might be a somehow meaningful to you, but yeah, it will rain success on you. Where am I going to put that? I'm going to put that on the Emperor because he is very successful. I just feel this need for patience right now to really go within and heal. All right, Sagittarius, that's what I've got for you. I hope that this content resonates with you. It helps you in some way, shape, or form. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. I really, truly appreciate it. And until next time, sending so much love and light. Bye.